Hello friends, welcome or welcome back to Get Ready with America. My name is SJ, and this month I'm getting you ready for next year's elections state by state. This video will be discussing Alaska, where they have a Senate race and a gubernatorial race happening next year. I'm going to talk a bit more about them, be a little chattier than I was with Alabama, because Alaska's politics are wild and fascinating. They did give us Sarah Palin after all. My eye look will be inspired by the Aurora Borealis, or Northern Lights, which can be seen from anywhere in the state and play a big role in its tourism industry. You don't need to go to Iceland, fam. If you want to watch any other 2022 state preview videos, I'll have my Votemas playlist linked below, where you'll also find links to more info about the elections in Alaska. Standard disclaimer, this video was filmed and posted in December 2021. I hope the vast majority of the information I'm sharing will still be relevant whenever you're watching this up to the state's primary date, but we've all seen weird and sudden things happen in campaigns in the last couple years, so something in this video could be outdated at this point. Check the state government links in the description box for the most up-to-date information. Let's get into it. Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski is running for a fourth full term as the senior U.S. Senator from Alaska. She was originally appointed to the role by her father when he became governor because he left that Senate seat to become governor. Just a good old political family dynasty. That probably helped her with her 2010 campaign when she was defeated in the Republican Party by a Tea Party candidate, and she won the general with a write-in campaign. She managed to get the most people voting to spell Murkowski correctly. That's name recognition. The sole House seat for Alaska is held by Republican Don Young, who will be seeking re-election for a record 25th term. He took office after Rep. Nick Begich disappeared on a plane with House Majority Leader Hal Boggs and was declared dead, which I briefly discussed in my second video ever on this channel, which I'll link above. Young had run against Begich for the seat in 1972, then Begich disappeared, but still won the election posthumously, and then Young won the seat in a special election after that and has held it ever since. Running against him is Nick Begich III, grandson of Rep. Begich, and the only Republican in that political dynasty, apparently. There are no Democrats that have declared yet in the House race, so this seat is probably remaining red. Republican Governor Mike Dunleavy is running for a second term, along with his running mate, Lieutenant Governor Kevin Meyer. Apparently, an incumbent Republican governor has not been elected to a second term in Alaska since 1978, but I think that was the exact odds that Phil Murphy was facing to be reelected as a Democrat in New Jersey, so this might be Dunleavy's year. So far, former independent governor Bill Walker has declared his candidacy, and he's tapped his former commissioner of Labor and Workforce Development, Heidi Drygas, as a running mate. He was the second non-major party candidate to win a gubernatorial election in Alaska's state history. People are speculating if Mark Begich, son of Nick Begich, as well as a former U.S. Senator and the 2018 Democratic nominee for governor, will run again, but he has yet to announce anything. In the legislature, half of the state Senate's 20 seats will be up for re-election, where Republicans have 2/3 of the seats and a Democrat who caucuses with them. All 40 House of Representatives seats are up, and while there are 21 elected Republicans, they don't have the majority, as 2 Republicans caucus with the Democrats and Independents, and the Speaker of the House, Louise Stutes, is a Republican majority coalition member. Then there's 1 Republican who doesn't caucus with either, meaning they don't align their votes with a voting bloc for power building. Are you confused? I've linked an explainer from study.com in the description box if you want to know more about legislative caucuses. Alaska's primary in 2022 is nonpartisan, putting all candidates for each office on the same ballot, and the top 4 vote getters advance to the general. In the primary, voters will select 1 candidate for each office, but then in the general, we'll be using ranked choice voting and can rank all candidates according to preference. They have a lot of information on this on the Division of Elections website, which I have linked below. The primary is on August 16th, and the deadline to register to vote is 30 days prior to that. Convicted felons need an unconditional discharge from the Department of Corrections in order to register. The early voting period starts 15 days prior to Election Day, so roughly August 1st. You will need to show ID to vote early and on the 16th in person. Alternatively, they have no excuse mail-in voting, so any voters can apply for a mail-in ballot. My experience from working on a presidential primary there is that folks in more remote areas of the state who want to vote by mail should apply well in advance of ballots going out and then return the ballot as soon as possible. And that's the look. Please be sure to check the description box for the playlist of all my Votemas videos, as well as links to learn more about voting in Alaska. I'll be covering all 50 states and DC over the month of December, so stay tuned to learn more about your state. Please help my content be seen by more folks by liking this video right down there, and leave a comment if you'll join my excursion to Alaska to see the Northern Lights. Let's get a solid group rate on that trip. Subscribe to the channel so the next Votemas video shows up right in your feed. Thanks, and I'll see you again soon.